All right, gentlemen, this is the British Art of War. Before we begin, we first must understand what the British were thinking during this time. Basically, everything the British military did at this time, their doctrine, their technology when it comes to IFVs, guns, and basically all-out warfare was dictated by one thing and one thing alone, and that was nuclear devastation, gentlemen. Just like every other division, they all have their own way of dealing with the looming threat of nuclear war. The British, on this other hand, they take it, and I can actually pull this up here. The threat of nuclear fire makes it undesirable and generally impossible to concentrate troops on a narrow front for a limited breakthrough. Attacks in support of tactical nuclear strikes will be more like reconnaissance in force on a broad front. Mixed groups of tanks and infantry and APCs will carry out these attacks, supported by self-propelled artillery. The aim will no longer be to capture ground, but to destroy the blah blah blah. So generally the British, most of their fire teams consisted of warriors. Warriors and sections with LMGs. Tanks were kind of used as long distance fire support. They call it bounds, right? As you can see here, the arty is at the third bound. We have tanks at the second and first bound.
Leader's tank, one bound to the rear. The APCs have adopted a box formation, one bound to the rear of the troop leader.
What I found interesting about the IFVs, in this case the Warrior in general, is that the Warrior is actually a chain gun. Probably shoots about 5 rounds at a time, very slowly, mainly because they thought nuclear devastation would damage and ultimately neutralize all electronics and technology. So most of the tanks and IFVs at this time for the British military were pretty analog. So going into battle, they didn't have, you know, stabilizers, certain sights and things like that, just to help them on the edge on a nuclear front. A little fun fact. So in this demonstration, I'll have 2 matches. Both are relatively the same in the way that I attack. Probably the only thing that changes is maybe a tank or the use of helos. But most of the time I use my Warrior Milans very well. I enjoyed them more than the tanks just because their adaptability. You see here, I can push up 2 to 3 warriors on a single tank, get some nice shots off, and shoot at ATGM at the same time and level the playing field on most of the tanks that I played. I would say the only time this didn't work too well was against a T-80U or like a HA. But if I got the surprise attack on a BV or an Abrams, I did a considerable amount of damage. I either destroyed the tank or made you go back and heal it for a good amount of time. So Warriors did very well in their maneuverability and their adaptability. So in most of these games, you might not even see a tank. You might see 1 tank on my side just because the Warriors are really good. I find that the Warriors is the way to play when you're playing the British. Just overwhelming IFVs, just like you're playing the Russians. Most of the video I'll be playing here doesn't have too much commentary in it. I don't know why. I just feel like letting the game just do what it does, let you guys watch it, and let my voice not be too much in the way here, just because I am actually really busy. It's actually about 5 in the morning. It's 6 in the morning. Damn. I just got off work and I was like, yo, let me go edit this thing right quick. Yeah, as you can see, we're amassing forces here on the right side. Not too much to worry about. You gave up on the frontal attack just because of, I don't know why. Most people would move to this attack anyways. Most people would actually start from attacking in this direction because most of the ATGMs and firepower is pointed linear in most Warno games. So it's good to actually start attacking from this side point here. So here's the start of my flanking attack. Here I'll be flanking from the right side and not the left side. As you can see, my warriors are basically roaming free at this point. He used his leopards prematurely, and he hasn't put enough tanks on the field because he's been buying bombers like the majority of the game. So now I'm just running rampant with my warriors. I do shove some pioneer right into the gut of that town. Now as you can see, I'm moving my APCs and my warriors as one. They're going to be doing the flanking attack on the right side while my infantry pushes through the town. Once he sees this giant blob of IFVs, he decides to push his Leopard 2A3s out of the forest, and my Milan 2s get to work immediately and neutralize that threat. That's just a good maneuver. He tries to bring in some bombers, but of course by the time those bombers come in, I've already decimated everything. And over here my mortars are just ringing down on the buildings. Hopefully I can destroy some buildings. But yep, clusters have no LOS, so he's just floating them around until he can see something. Over here on the left side, he all out blitzes me. This is where all his points have been going to. And we're gonna see if this actually works. It honestly does. It decimates this whole side, but he can't get a CV in, and I push him back out very, very easily. That is a cool sight. I don't see a nice little push like this very often. I say that, just a giant blob. But yeah, that's basically donezo. The map is mine. He fails to get CVs into the zone and keep them alive. Poor Charlie. Poor Charlie. But yeah, guys, that is how to play the British during this time period. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. I'm just gonna let the rest of the video play. You guys can just watch it. I don't believe there's any audio left. But yeah, it's just me clapping the other dude on airport.